Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by for this wood grain tumbler tutorial. First off, I just want to tell you I am very new to tumblers. I've only at this point completed 2 out of the 5 that I've started. But anyways, this very first one that I made here, I was going for the tooled leather look, but ended up with the embossed wood grain, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I know that there are tons of wood grain tutorials out there and lots of different techniques, but the one I want to focus on today is the one that I accidentally discovered while making my first wood grain tumbler. Okay, so we all know to start with a stainless steel cup, sand it, prep it. I'm not really sanding it here, I'm just kind of faking it, but you get the gist. Then I cut my vinyl out that I'm going to be putting on it. I had already painted the cup, so just jumping through that here and applying my vinyl. I used little paisleys that I literally just went online and found individual ones and created my own paisley look and strategically placed those all over the cup. Sorry about my lighting here, it's not great, but yeah, you don't have to use paisleys, you can use whatever you want. I used alcohol inks from ArtResin. Being a newbie, I really didn't know where to start, so I got those off of Amazon. I used coffee and brown. I had to grab my alcohol there, 91% alcohol, and a little chip brush. Okay, so basically I just started by my lightest color first, which was brown, and I realize you have to be very careful when putting these on because you don't want a lot of runs. So I just did a little straight line, grabbed my chip brush and went up and down just in the same direction the whole time. I try not to go side to side because obviously your wood grain, you know, you want it to be up and down. Right there, I did have to jump off to the side because my ink ran, and if you don't catch those drips and runs immediately, you have a really hard time working them out in the end. And I think this just creates such a realistic look. I really could just stop right here and not go any farther, but here is where, well, okay, I have to take care of the bottom, and you can see there were some drips and runs that I'm having a hard time working out there because I didn't catch them right away. Okay, so I mentioned that I made a mistake and discovered something. So here's what happened last time on that very first tumbler that I showed you in the beginning. My vinyl had started lifting a little bit whenever I was applying my alcohol inks. So I had grabbed my Mod Podge and started trying to like tack it down. Well, whenever I started adding a little bit more alcohol ink and trying to wipe off my alcohol ink with my alcohol, my alcohol ink started sticking to the Mod Podge and creating these beautiful, almost bark-like streaks in it. So the outcome was amazing, and everyone that I've shown this to has fallen in love with it, that first cup. So again, just recreating it here for you today. A little bit of Mod Podge on a brush, just not all over the cup, but just in little streaky sections, and then apply a little bit more alcohol ink, maybe go with your darker one. I think I went with the coffee next, and it really stuck in that Mod Podge and created that super cool extra textured look that you see here in the cup. I just continued to wipe and brush, and you can just create the coolest looks here. I feel like this just looks amazing. Like I said, other people have loved it. I've posted that first cup in a few Facebook groups and had a lot of like, how'd you do that? What technique did you use? So here it is. Mod Podge was my secret weapon, if you will. So after my alcohol inks and Mod Podge were dry, I hit it with a light coat of the Rustoleum 2x clear matte finish. I learned in a couple of other videos that this is how you prevent your alcohol inks from running when you're applying your epoxy. Again, I'm very new to all of this tumbler stuff, so I'm still learning, applying my epoxy, lots of trial and error, but hey, I'm just doing my best. I hit it with the heat gun there, as you just saw, to knock out some of the bubbles. So here it is on the turner, and I am super pleased with it so far. I believe that Mod Podge trick just really enhances the look and gives it a true wood grain look. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you are inspired to try this technique. And if you do, I would love for you to tag me at KarenbaskettDIYer. And while you're here, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Thanks so much.